So last time, quite a bit happened. You guys managed to kind of traverse the grounds outside this hovel, trying to avoid the invisible basilisk. And eventually, as you got close to the house, both Indigo and Sephel heard what sounded like someone's footsteps running through the grass. You were both able to deduce that it was some kind of mimicry of someone running, just kind of trying to spook you. And you both kind of quickly ran into the house as you realized when Sephel bursted into the log pile that the basilisk was almost exactly upon you. So you guys ran inside, moved the statue, to which the woman whose name you learned eventually, Maven Delve, was not too pleased about. And with a little bit of conversation, her calling you pawns and unchosen, unclear of which, and the like, there was some back and forth until Sephel decided he's going to smash a window. And he had crossed up to the north of the house by the small organ, smashed a window which Laboda and Stool were behind, and then got hit with some type of spell which dealt 25 points of psychic damage and left him terrified. To which Maven Delve was then able to convince Stool that while she would not harm him and nobody else would harm her, she would very much like to show her altar. And so the two of you traversed across the aisle while Laboda and Stool made their way into the house. Lara kind of sprinting off down towards the water to kind of keep an eye on both Indigo and Miss Delve, crossing the water and climbing the cliff. If they got there, the three others had investigated a little bit of the house, Sephel breaking away from the spell's hold on them and detecting some magic in a small section of the house to the south that they have not yet explored. And Laboda discovered a horrifying kitchen filled with bones and the smell of decaying meat. And as you guys had come upon that, you heard the growling of the basilisk outside. And then farther to the southwest of the aisle, Lara on the cliff managed to put a hex on Miss Delve, and Indigo and Maven communed, or attempted to commune, with Proal in an effort to help her from her horrible disfigurement. And when Proal would not give this Miss Delve any type of help, she said, "All right, well, it's my turn," essentially. To which she called out to the various planes, enacting a ritual, and threw Indigo into the cauldron. And through it, somehow Indigo was torn in through a rift into another dimension, or plane, however you want to call it, and was then horribly twisted from this odd, large, shrouded figure, with the mimic and the pages ripped from his binder, and kind of becoming this amorphous figure before reappearing, bursting from the cauldron, and reforming back into themselves. And we're going to start off immediately with initiative. But as that happens, Maven Delve immediately, cries out at the reforming Indigo. How have you been chosen? Do you know how long I've tried to contact? Die! And here we go. At the top of the order, because we pre-rolled here, I'm going to bring up some audio here. I don't want that particular audio, though. I want this one. We actually have the Basilisk at the top of the order.
Oh boy.
And they are going to move. But where? Will we know? They are invisible. Let's not forget. Okay. That is the end of the Basilisk Glare's turn. Next in the order, we have Laboda, who was still kind of staring into this room, turns back towards you, Sephel, and goes, I don't know what to make of this. Should we check the southern room?
Sephel sort of snaps himself from this, 1,000-yard stare as well. Yes, we have to move. Indigo could still be in danger.
Okay, and she then, since it is still her turn, that was all free action, is then going to move 5. She's going to move to the door and open it. And as she steps into the room, you see the Basilisk appear and bite at her. Let me go ahead and show that.
In the room.
20. Yeah, buddy.
Oh, boy.
Danger close.
Danger, Will Robbins.
And misses, actually.
Yeah,
This Basilisk appears biting out at Laboda, and Laboda, with this supernatural reflexes, just manages to whip herself away just enough to avoid it. And that's what she can see of the room. I will not explain details until one of you is in there. Okay. Next up, we have Sephel.
Okay. I am going to... So, the Basilisk appeared. It's not in the southern room. It's in the main house?
It's in the main room, 10 feet away from you. Or 15, technically.
Okay. I am going to... Oh, boy. I'm going to avert my gaze and just look I'm going to look down at the... No, I'm not going to look down at the floor.
Hang on a sec.
Down there.
I'm checking something on its petrifying gaze, and you guys tell me, because I think it's pretty cut and dry here. It says, if a creature starts its turn within 30 feet of the Basilisk, and the two of them can see each other, the Basilisk can force the creature to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw if the Basilisk isn't incapacitated. So I think that means you start off with just making a con save. That's what I'm thinking. That's how it reads to me.
No, that sounds right. I think because typically in a combat scenario, I think you have to say that you're averting your gaze.
But you couldn't see it before.
Sure. Yeah, no. It appeared and then I could see it. So I agree I would probably have to make the save. And then any turn after this, I would have to say that I'm gonna avert my gaze from it. Okay. But no, that does make sense. It did appear. So
make a Constitution saving throw. Yep. Low DC. I've already announced it.
Okay. Let's see. This isn't a disease, and it's not concentration. So this is just a straight check or straight save. Okay. All right. Natural 15 for a 18.
Okay. Then yeah, you manage to look away and avoid it.
Okay. I am going to just pass by it. It appeared. I tore my gaze away from it, and I'm just going to look up, kind of at the top of the door frame, not looking down at it. And I'm going to catch up behind Laboda and try to squeeze into the room.
You get right in next to it. All right. Cool.
So it looks like she kind of stopped in the doorway. Can I squeeze past her to get into the room, or is she blocking the whole way in?
No, I'll say you'll be able to squeeze by. It'll just cost you an extra 5 feet of movement.
Okay, let me make sure I am...
Just because it'd be slow going, you're kind of pushing the buyer in a frenzy to get in there.
Yes. Did they get rid of the... Oh no, they changed the icon for the measuring tool. So I was there.
Oh, you should have plenty.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to figure out how much I have left when I get in the room. So I'm going to squeeze by.
I think you have 10 because you have 30, right?
Yep. Yeah, so I'm going to get in the room and I'm going to, squeeze down one little bit south of her, so I'm up against the western wall, but I can see a good portion of the room.
Okay. And what you can see is that this is a very large bedroom. Okay. This immediate thing about 10 feet in front of you is actually a cauldron. It's got these ornate legs and these kind of large handles that look like bat wings that come off of it, and inside is this nasty looking red liquid kind of swirling in it slowly. You see this massive, I guess we could call it a king-size bed. You see on the northern wall, so to kind of like your left if you're facing the bed, which would be on the eastern wall, you see a bookcase. To the northeast, you see what looks like a large chest. To the immediate south, you see another bookcase. And then you are kind of on the remains of what looks like a broken desk. And immediately next to you is like a large bureau.
Now, I remember at the, or towards the end of the last session, I had popped up detect magic, and that's how I could sense that there were some things coming from this room. I believe there was an evocation magic, and then was it, I can't remember what the second one was. Was it enchantment?
I believe so, yes. And those, you can sense are coming from the chest.
The chest, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, good to know. As I get into the room, get a view of things, and sense that, I will turn to Laboda and let her know the magic I sensed, that chest there. Be careful, it may be trapped like your cell was.
Great, I'm a little more worried about the basilisk behind me.
You're strong, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Marty in the doorway. Nope, I am not going to do anything.
Okay.
That's a lie. Sorry. I'm going to cast...
Jesus, Brennan.
I'm sorry. So this one spot on the outside of the door, am I gonna hurt people? No, I'm gonna cast it back here. So if I can see... I'd probably only be able to see the corner of it, but like my vision into the room that I just left, into the main room. I would like to cast Magnify Gravity. Yeah. I want to cast Magnify Gravity. It is a 10-foot it's a 10-foot radius sphere.
Okay, I'm just gonna put a stool there while I try to fucking navigate this 10-foot radius for you. Not saying that's where he is. Okay, yeah, you are. If he's back there, you would both get the basilisk and him, but you'd be able to get the basilisk.
Okay. I don't want to be this kind of wizard, but Stool's also an NPC, and I'm trying to fucking help, so I'm sorry, Stool. I'm gonna cast Magnify Gravity where that couch is.
You hate Stool. Now
yeah, but I'm not... I don't like doing, like... Oh, okay, yeah, one of them can die.
Yeah, okay.
I don't like doing party damage, but I need to fucking do something to aid here. So yeah, Magnify Gravity, so the Basilisk and, unfortunately, Stool need to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Alright, Basilisk first. That is a 13.
That is a fail.
Okay, so Basilisk fails. Stool, you hardy boy. That's cocked. Okay. Oh, that's a natural 1 for Stool.
Oh no, okay. He hella fails. Yeah. So they both take not terrible damage, because I'm only casting it at first level. They take 10 points of... Make sure I'm saying this right. 10 points of force damage. And their speed is halved until the end of their next turn.
Cool. Alright, yeah. But, like, Stool just all of a sudden gets, like, a little crunched in. He's like, oh, why does the air hurt? And the Basilisk gets a little more hunched on all of its legs and just growling and hissing. Okay, cool. Well, now it's my turn. This is when bitch is gonna die tonight. Na, 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 na. Let's get up all these spells I got, guys. I've got spells. Spells, bitches.
Guys, Will's bragging again.
Yeah, I don't know who on here you're expecting to be excited for you.
I muted him. Just kidding.
Yeah, fuck this guy. I'm tired of listening.
She looks in horror at you, Indigo, and she actually disappears. You watch her as she waves her hand and she disappears once again. Let's check something here. Let's just do a little check-in. Okay. All right, and
she has disadvantage on perception and insight, if that's helpful.
yeah, no, she ain't doing neither of those things. But thank you for the reminder. She see just fine at the moment. Okay, and that is their turn. Next up is Stool.
Sorry, buddy.
Stool. Yeah, who's crinkling in pain. Bud, what are you gonna do? What am I gonna have you do? He could try to do this. I feel like this is what he would try to do.
You're the fucking DM, man. Just make it happen.
I know. It's weird going back and forth from someone who's super helpful and then two creatures that want to destroy you. He's going to attempt.
This is actually a very good test in neutrality.
Yeah, no, he's going to attempt to use his pacifying spores, which is an innate myconid ability. So, if I haven't told you guys this before, as an action, you can inject spores at one creature you can see within 15 feet of you. The target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be stunned for 1 minute. The target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. The DC for this saving throw is 8 plus your proficiency plus your con. Yeah. You know, in the Dungeon Master Guide, you can actually play a myconid as a playable race. Yeah, most people didn't know that. Yeah. Okay, so my DC for this is 13. Let's see what this Basilisk can do. Let me get its stats back up.
Y'all are gonna be shocked when I play a myconid next for my next character.
After all this shitting on Stool. Yeah. That was a natural 19, so the Basilisk succeeds. But let's see if Stool has any bonus actions right now. No, he doesn't. But he is, because he's a brave boy, going to move up on the Basilisk, attempting to avert, or he is averting. Sorry, I should have announced that before, but he didn't need to see to use his spores. He just kind of does it in a cloud.
He also doesn't have eyes, so how does that work?
He does, but he doesn't have eyeballs. To you guys, it just looks like sockets. Okay. Yeah, it's complicated. He's not fully grown eyeballs yet, but he sees in a way. Okay, Stool is done. Lara, you are up.
I would like to delay my turn until Indigo goes. I want to go after Indigo.
Okay.
So I'm gonna drop in the order.
Sure. Next up is Indigo then.
Alright, so the scary lady has gone and disappeared on us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Lara's behind me, at least not yet.
Nope.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast a second level healing word on myself.
Okay.
Alright, so that's nice. That gets me back up to full. And then I'm gonna look around, and I can't see her. But if only I could smell her, or I could hear her. And then I'm gonna use my mimicry feature that I just got. Indigo's smile is gonna get wider and wider until it's unnaturally long, and then
don't like that.
Tessellating back from that, these purple strands are gonna like wheel their way back as he gets like this amorphous shape, and then it comes down with boom, boom, boom. 4 paws hit the ground, and I'm gonna take my warg form.
All right.
I'm sorry.
So you see this wolfish creature, like this big, like hunch, category large creature with this long, like purplish hair back and this long, like mimic-like grin. And fun fact, kids, warg can talk. You can run, but you can't hide.
I'm sorry. Where the fuck do you get to be able to turn into a warg?
Well, if you want special powers, you go through the interdimensional portal, Sephel.
You just gave Circle of the Moon Druids an inferiority complex. You know that, right?
And they'll sit down, stay down.
And you said he's large?
Yep.
What the fuck? Surprise, motherfuckers.
Yeah, where's my cauldron?
I'm putting
Get
the
your
skull
own
and crossbones on him to just be like, this guy bad. He mean. All right.
I've blown my action and bonus action, so I'm just gonna use my movement to like pace across this little like area in front of me, just like prowling back and forth, starting to look for our little friend.
I will allow you, because you I will allow you a free perception check using your keen senses. I think in this moment, because of like what has just occurred to you and the mimicry and the mimic that has now become a part of you, essentially, I think you are driven by this animalistic nature, and you're like, I'm here for my prey now, kind of a thing.
Absolutely. All right. I'm sniffing around. I'm gonna use my keen hearing and smell, which is an advantage on my perception check. Which didn't do me a ton of good. That's a 13.
You get like a whiff of her from where she was, but you can't for the moment exactly discern where she has gone. All right, Laura, you're up.
Lara is holding on to the edge of this cliff, and she sees Indigo prowling back and forth across this aisle. She's going to climb up fully so that she's standing on top of the aisle, but she's going to crouch. And she's actually going to move 10 feet forward to hide behind the back of this altar.
Okay.
And then, so she's basically like keeping her head on a swivel, keeping an eye out for crazy lady who went invisible. And then with her action, she's going to hold out her hand and try to call upon the power of Rots and summon, hopefully, some power.
In the form of what I think you want?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. This is gonna be great. We have a quick flashback to Lara as she has just been lifted by what I've now officially learned the true pronunciation of his name, of Grazit. Yes.
Oops.
Yeah, I know. I messed you up. This is what happens. And our I'm sure our listening audience was just like, oh god, he's so illiterate. Ugh.
Yeah, D&D spelling is bullshit.
Yeah,
Hashtag
I mean,
sloopadoop.
Graz is so much better. The Grazit is like Cheez-It.
Oh man, now you put that in my fucking head and it's not gonna go away. Ah, gross.
Gross.
Alright.
My bad.
Anyways. Now with that, he's no longer this dark, mysterious figure. He's orange like a Cheez-It.
He's a Nabisco product.
Yeah. No wonder he's evil. Anyways. We see Lara being picked up off of this like watery surface and the yawning pit behind her from when she stared into. And Grotz, as we'll go back to now, starts to appear more corporeal. We see those horns, and we see these dark obsidian eyes and this deep purple skin with these kind of like almost black purple mixture of like tribal tattoos on certain parts of his skin that are visible. We see a 6-fingered hand and these long legs that at the knee bend backwards and then descend into kind of more of an animal-like limb until it ends at what looks like an elongated human foot, also with 6 toes. And as they pick you up, they release their huge hand from around yours, and they start to walk away. And in the distance, as you see them, they almost seem to like walk up into the air. You see what looks like a great dais and this large dark throne appear, kind of coming forth from the mist of this area. And as they go and turn and begin to sit, you see what look like these shadowy figures all about you and leading up to this throne, just kind of writhing and shifting, and you can see like their faces. Like picture, you guys remember the Disney Hercules when they're crossing the river Styx, and you can just see like the souls like splashing out. It's similar to that. That kind of feeling. And as they sit, you see this large great sword appear underneath one of their arms, and it comes down into a long wavy blade that ends with a fishhook type tip that bends backwards, and you can see this kind of black ooze shifting down the blade continuously. And Grotz looks at you and says, "Lara, dear, please tell me something of yourself. Where do you come from?"
I come from a small town, one not well known by others, a small family. I don't come from much, if I'm being open.
Please,
But
I welcome it.
I grew up poor and found myself enlisting into a military brigade. That is my where I've learned all that I know, where my strength comes from, and where I've learned to lead others.
Now, just to justify... Oh, no, wait. Better sate my curiosity. You must have someone of a celestial nature in your family, perhaps a parent or grandparent, for you to have such fine wings and lineage, no?
I think she looks kind of reluctant when he says that. I do.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Do you mind showing them to me?
She's like uncomfortable. And then she kind of like, again, I think she looks at where her bottle would have been on her braid, and then she just kind of like shrugs it off, like mentally, and then she will close her eyes and call forth her wings.
And so your dark skeletal wings appear, and you see them beautiful. No, you do not see the beauty in these powerful wings of yours. It's rather unfortunate. And they rise from the seat and they walk back down the steps. The large greatsword stands still erected by the throne. And as they walk down, they tower over you at least 4 to 5 feet taller than yourself. And as they walk around, you kind of inspecting you, but not with a critical eye, more of a kind smile spreads across their face. They say, Lara, 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 Aquilara. Do you see that? And they wave their hand to the throne.
I do.
I sit upon this throne of debauchery and sin, and it's piled so high by such base deeds that those who seek for its peaks find themselves laying within the depths of their Stygian hearts. I'm at the center of all. I am every name cried in the night, every carnal embrace, jealous thought. And he turns back to you. I see your wicked desires and your darkest impulses. That which you've buried deep within yourself is laid bare before me. None can hide from my gaze, for I am born of all. And they lean down and kind of point at you, and they say, I reside in your souls. I am an eternal piece of everything. Some call me the Dark Prince of the Abyss. I am far more. Your revered angels, guides to the very ranks that you were once a part of. Your wings carried you forth to descend upon the damned, as they did on us and the devils. Why do you think I'm locked away in the abyss for so long? Why do you think they fear me?
The weak fear the powerful. That is clear. That has always been clear.
Yes, they do. They feel me within them. Gods tremble from their lofty planes as I touch them at their cores. There's no escape. And I have watched you for some time with great interest. Your deeds are known in my palace. I think you and I, we could accomplish a great deal together. You've been wronged by those who feel themselves above you. Punished for crimes you've had no control over. So have I. I was crippled and tossed from the light of day for being a force of nature that none would care to look at. Shunned as a monster when that which makes me is a part of the foundation of creation. That could be beautiful if left to breathe and be spoken of. Yourself, a victim of circumstance far outside the reach of your control. I know they left you to die. That was no duty filled with honor. An insurmountable obstacle they threw to one whom they felt expendable.
I was punished for what they said, what they couldn't see.
Yes. You were groomed and placed perfectly for the fall. They would have killed you, Lara, and smiled over your corpse. I felt it within them. I have something for you. Something very akin to my own. And they hold out their hand to you, and they nod for you to extend yours over their hand.
Yeah, she does immediately.
Mine is of a wave of sorrow. And yours shall be... And I'll let you introduce it.
Lara's sword is named Grief's Beginning. And as she holds it, I think she feels this, like, immediate power and probably, like, dark desire coursing through her. And perhaps it just feels like power to her, whereas everything that she was probably, the power that she had at the hands of when she was beneath Kayan felt different. It felt like work.
This power that you feel, you can sense a very large, almost looming force behind it all. Absolutely. Where Kayan, you felt it come and go, and you really had to almost work to draw upon this. It might actually surprise Lara with how much this power suffuses within her so easily and almost naturally. But your longsword appears very much in the same shape of their Grazit's greatsword. And it appears in your hand, and we find you standing behind the pedestal, and you hear their voice once again whisper to you. Take this place, Lara. The goal stands right before you. Secure it. And we're back to your turn.
Shit. Yeah, she's gonna continue to hunch behind this altar, and keep an eye out for if she can see anything moving. But that is gonna be the end of my turn with my movement and action too.
Okay. All right, then we are back at the top of the order with the Basilisk. Dun, 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 dun. Is this the episode where Stool dies? Find out by continuing to listen.
I'll make it happen.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. All right. Well, they are going to bite at Stool. Let's use this very nice blue metal die that I have. I may do it. Let's see. Stool has an AC of 15, so the Basilisk actually misses Stool with a bite. And that is the end of their turn. They're going to stay right there on top of them. And next up is Laboda. Laboda. She has the mace in hand. She is going to... she's going to actually step up, and she's not going to be looking at the Basilisk, so she's going to be at disadvantage here with this swing. But she's going to swing out. That's a cock die, but the worst one's pretty bad. Wow, I managed to roll one less. So that was a 4 and a 3, if you can believe it. But that's plus... Yeah, no, she misses. She definitely misses with a 10 total. And she keeps her eyes shielded, but she has stepped up and taken a swing at the Basilisk. Next in the order, we have Sephel.
Alrighty. I am going to... He's backed himself against the wall. He's done a little bit to the Basilisk, but he's not risking front-facing combat with the amount of HP that Delve took out. So he's actually going to stick to the room and focusing more on the chest than the Basilisk. I'm going to cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
And a spectral, oddly long-fingered hand, not unlike his own, is going to appear in front of the chest, and it's going to attempt to open it.
Okay. I will say you can clearly see that there is a lock upon it.
Son of a bitch! Okay.
Sorry. Sorry. Yeah,
Well,
I don't think she's
then
just gonna leave it open for everybody.
Well, He is going to summon the mage hand then, and the hand is going to do nothing.
Okay.
It's
I mean,
gonna
it could
sit there.
still touch it. It could try to rip off the thing. Who knows?
I don't. That would have to be a pretty shoddy lock. Do I have any bonus action? No, of course I don't. Why would a wizard have a bonus action spell?
I don't know.
No, that would be too much. Okay, so yeah, the only thing that I can do is yeah, I'm just gonna cast Mage Hand. It's gonna be floating in front, but not doing anything yet.
Okay.
And I think that is my turn.
All right. We are back to Miss Maven Delve. Your invisible foe, what shall she do? She is going to... How much does she got here? Okay, this is what she's going to do. Okay. All right, and that is the end of their turn. We are back with the Stoolmeister, who is... Oh, Stooly boy. Stooly, my sweet, sweet child. Sweet child of mine. They are going to use Infestation, which is a cantrip. They are going to release a cloud of parasitic spores, and they're going to target the Basilisk, and they must make a Constitution saving throw, which will be so much fun for this guy. Let's see here. That is a natural 7, plus that is a failure. So they're going to take 1d6 poison damage. And they're going to have to move randomly in a 5-foot direction. All right. They're going to take 3 points of poison damage. And let's see. Who wants to roll a d4 for me?
I do.
Roll a d4, Lara.
4.
Okay, they move to the west. So they actually take a solid step back, incurring attacks of opportunities from both Stool and Laboda. So let's do Laboda first. That is a natural 9 plus 7. That's a definite hit. So she's 1d6. That's a 2 plus 5. So she does 7 points of damage to the Basilisk. And then Stool is going to try and swing out with their fist, which is not the best, but it'll do. Nope, that is a miss. That was a natural 6. Okay. That is old Stool's turn. And he's like, "Hey, Sephel, I got it. I poisoned it. Did you see it?"
I'll acknowledge you when it's dead.
Okay. Also, the gravity hurts.
No
All right, Indigo, you are up, you massive warg man.
I'm gonna take another chance at sniffing around. I'm gonna try to use that big old wargy nose.
All right, yeah, make a perception check at advantage.
Oh, that's all right. That's a 14.
Okay, you finally pick up their scent, and you know that they have run across the bridge heading to the east. And you feel like they are, I will say, with that you know, like, they were here. That's about like across the bridge and a little bit closer to the kind of shoreline here on the isle, the other isle, the main isle. Let many times can I say that fast? Anyways.
Yes. All right. Cool. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just race right after them with all 50 feet of my movement.
Okay. As you get there, because I will say you're right on top of the scent now, you realize that they have taken off into the water and you have lost their scent. But you can see what looks like splashing about 35 feet away from you, coming towards like the center of the water.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna give out a howl, and next turn I'm gonna start moving again.
Okay. All right. That is Indigo. Lara, you are back up. You see Indigo in this monstrous warg form running across the bridge, giving chase, you would presume.
Yeah. Seeing that they are heading what looks to be back toward the direction she came from, she is gonna dive into the water again.
Okay, you're running back the way that you originally went.
Yeah.
Okay.
You let me know what I gotta do here.
Just make an athletics check. Let's see how good of a dive you can make it in here, and if you take any damage from the fall, because it is a 20-foot drop.
It's an 8.
Okay. I'm not gonna be cruel here. All right, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the water.
Right.
You just weren't quite able to get your hands up in front of your face super quick, but you didn't take a whole bunch.
Fair enough, man.
It was probably the sword in your hand that kind of fucked you up going down.
Yeah, but she is definitely keeping a hold.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Aqualara has been through worse.
I think she can only get to the shore. I guess I know I can sprint.
You can double move.
Yeah.
You can do what you want.
So she is booking it toward the cabin, but she's only about 15 feet offshore, and I'll have to end my turn there.
Okay, so you have moved to the north and kind of awaiting where you believe the splashes are going to be coming towards. All right, we are back at the top of the order with the Basilisk. Let me just double check on my spell here of infestation just to make sure it doesn't cause any other problems for it anytime it tries to move. Oh shoot, I should have... I do a classic thing of I don't always read all the stuff. So the movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks if the direction rolled is blocked and the target doesn't move. Okay, well, anyways, it's fine. Minimal was done. All right, they are going to run back in, kind of staying away from the shimmering field of gravity, and are going to attack Laboda. Oh, quick question. Laboda stepped into the gravity, so she would take damage, wouldn't she?
No, it is not a continuous thing. It's just for that turn. The only thing that...
Okay.
Well, hold on. I don't believe anyone's stepping in. No, the duration of the spell is only 1 round, so...
Okay, great.
She would be fine.
All right. Well, the Basilisk is going to try and bite her. Let's see here. That is a natural 1, so nope, she's good. Wow, my gosh. Rolling like crap. Okay. Next up is Laboda, who is immediately going to try and retaliate by swinging the mace at disadvantage. Wow, that was a natural 20 and a natural 16, so she's definitely going to hit here. Yep.
Yeah,
Always
I want
works
her
in
on
your
our
favor. Max damage, 11 points of damage. So she swings down. You can see this like little bit of anger kind of building in her, her usual composure. And you hear this crack, Sephel, as a couple of the spines that grow along the back of the Basilisk actually shatter as the mace comes down to top it. Yeah, okay.
Alrighty.
That is their turn. They are not backing down from this fight. Next up, Sephel.
All right. Sephel is still analyzing the situation. His spells are not working in his favor, and he feels he needs to get into that chest. He's going to look, make sure that no one is paying too close attention. And he's going to open the collar of his jacket, and he's going to speak into it and say, "The world was not ready for you until this point. Just like old times." And he's going to pull the spider from the prison out of a protective fold in his coat that has somehow protected it against all natural disaster and a Demogorgon.
Sephel,
Yes.
curiously enough, when you pull this spider out, where it was kind of this large black and purplish kind of hairy spider,
Mm-hmm.
you see that it is now of a bleached white color.
Oh god, it transformed with me.
And no, it still appears just like a spider, but
Yeah.
you notice that it doesn't move with the same kind of liveliness that it once did before. And you notice that its like exoskeleton has seemed to kind of like more calcified, and it appears to be skeletal in nature.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And as you pull it out, the 8 little eyes that were there actually start to glow with kind of like this greenish color. What do you want it to do?
Alright then. Again, but better. And I will throw it towards the lock. I want to throw the spider and have it land on the chest, or at least somewhere in the vicinity.
Again,
Make an
but better, and
athletics
you
check.
chuck it.
Here's
Make an
this cool
athletics.
spider that had survived so much shit, and it's just like, it's now
Yeet.
so awesome. It just shatters against the wall.
I don't fucking know, man.
Well, let's see on the roll.
Ooh, okay, not bad. I don't trust you though.
Well, you gotta tell me the total.
So it's a 14 plus 0, but I'm going to use my last. When you make it in village, okay. I'm going to use my knowledge from a past life. Somehow,
Okay.
my past person was far more athletic than I was. So I'm going to add a d6 to it.
Okay.
Okay, alright, that's a 4. So 14 plus 4 with no modifier. So it's an
Okay.
18 total.
This spider curls up into a ball like spiders do when they're killed or whatever. So it's all nice and tight, and you throw it like a baseball, and it just like folds its legs back so it looks like a torpedo sailing through the air across this room, and it's just like slow motion, just and then just lands perfectly on the lock. Okay, what do you want it to
Yes.
do at the lock?
So I believe I tried to do this with the prison cell when I first got it, and it went terribly. I want it to try to climb into, push its legs into the lock and try to push open the lock.
Okay. All right. Sure. Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check then, using their dex modifier,
Okay.
as it starts to stick its weird skeletal legs inside the lock, trying to push the pins about.
Push whale arachnos. Natural 19, 21.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Always name your spiders before you use them.
Ah.
You feel through this weird connection, this sense of satisfaction both in the spider and yourself, as you hear this audible click, and the lock
No fucking way.
falls away. But as it climbs off the lock and stays on the chest, you just hear a
No!
as a fireball detonates right there, incinerating
Oh, no.
3/4 of the room, and you just like just slow motion the spiders just in bits flying everywhere.
Good for you.
And I just picture like your tentacles are flapping backwards over your face just from the force of the blast.
Oh my god.
Never name your pets before you use them.
Good thing is you don't detect the evocation magic anymore.
Yup. Good news.
Aw.
But go ahead and make a perception check just for fun.
Okay. With my no modifier. Fuck. Not great. 8.
Okay. No worries, because I rolled a D100 to see what would happen with this fucking spider. And you want to know what I rolled?
What?
A 69.
Hey, that's the sex
So,
number.
nice.
It's a sex number. And so in the spirit of this funny roll, you see these tiny scorched pieces of spider starting to come back together on the floor.
Oh
and
my
it
goodness.
reanimates. And it stays there for the moment.
And Sephel just looks at it, and this urge from another cringy ass world just makes him say, "Nice."
All right. Well, it's definitely done with your turn.
Yup. I'm satisfied.
It is Maven Delve's turn. Oh, Miss Delve, we have so much going on here for you. What do you want to do to these poor lowly creatures that have attacked your island? But you've also thoroughly bamboozled. They need that to happen, so both Andrew and Sam, go ahead and make free perception checks for me. Just so we can have some fun with the narrative of the story, so everybody at home gets to know.
Nah, that's an 8.
That's a 3.
Okay. You see the bubbles in the middle of this cove area disappear. And you now have no longer any kind of clue as to where this hag may be. And that is the end of their turn. Okay. We are back with Stool. So Stool here, they are going to... First spell that comes up, Goodberry. He throws a Goodberry at the Basilisk. It's okay, we're friends. They are going to use Chill Touch. And they are going to reach out with this kind of what appears like a fungal hand and touch this Basilisk. Let's see, I'm going to make a ranged spell attack. For the old Stool, that's a natural 14. Plus 4, that's an 18, that's a hit. Alright, 1d8 necrotic damage. That's 5 points of necrotic damage. The scaly skin starts to blacken where it got hit. And this Basilisk is not looking great. And that is the end of Stool's turn. We are now at Indigo.
All right. What's a work to do? He gonna run real fast.
Roll so fast. Yeah, you double move. You get 100 feet, don't you?
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Shit.
Warg Indigo is gonna
Oh my
sprint along the edge
God.
of the inlet here, almost making it almost equal to Lara, who just jumped across a 10-foot gap.
We're gonna have to nerf him at some point. The patch
can
notes
try.
haven't come out yet.
Yeah, the patch notes.
The patch notes, they haven't been received yet.
They fear my power.
Yeah, in
You are
the course
correct.
of 12 seconds, this warg went from 2 to sprinting across the bridge to reaching the waterfront and then basically doing a 180-degree spin around this cove in the matter of 12 seconds. So that's pretty friggin' intense.
Yeah. You want to know something pretty cool?
Oh, God.
I could have done that with Lara on my back. I'm a mount.
Hey! That is sick.
What the fuck didn't you get? What are you?
Probably just the nature of the warg, so...
Jesus Christ.
Category a large. Yeah,
All right,
I'm the best. But that is in fact all I have for you. I just run real fast because
Okay. All right, Lara, you are up. You are on the beach. You see Warg Indigo come careening around, and you do not have eyes on where the hag has gone.
All right. Lara's kind of a little wary of this Indigo. Is he looking at me?
I don't know. Is Indigo looking at Lara? Indigo?
He definitely glanced in her direction, but he's like mostly like pawing at the waterfront, like looking into the lake, trying to find any like sign of the hag.
Okay, that's a good sign. All right. Lara's going to move kind of between, like, she wants to get to the part of the shore that is right in front of the path leading up to the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got her greatsword in one hand, and then with her free hand, she's going to Eldritch Blast in a straight line through the water.
Okay. What's your, before you do that though, what's your passive perception for me again?
9.
Okay. Yeah, never mind then. You launch this Eldritch Blast, which does it look different now with your new patron?
Oh yeah, before it was like, stormy lightning and...
Grease lightning! Anyways.
Yeah, and now it's like, it's just kind of like blackness.
Okay.
Like
Alright.
a pillar of dark shadows, like just like bursts forth from her hand.
Nice. I like it. Okay, yeah, you blast across the lake, and there's like this small ripple across, and waves the water like whisking away as the bolt flies across, and keeps going till it disappears from view.
Okay. That's all I got. That'll be the end of my turn for now.
All right. Back up at the top of the order, the Basilisk is going to... What are they going to do here? I got to make this interesting. Basilisk. What's your intelligence? Oh, they don't have much, so never mind. They are going to bite at Laboda. That is a natural 8. Plus that... Oh, actually, that's exactly a hit. So they are going to take... Laboda's going to take 2d6 damage. That is 8 points of damage. Oh, 8 points of piercing damage. And then there's poison damage. So let's get that all in. These juicy things.
No, it's
Right.
okay. You can forget that one. We'll forgive
And she
you.
takes 9 points of poison damage as this basilisk sinks its teeth, its dripping maw into her thigh, and she kind of yells out with pain. And they are, as an immediate retaliation, because it is their turn, going to start smashing down upon the basilisk's head as it is still gripping onto her leg. Boom. That's a natural 15. That is an absolute hit because she's a boss. And that is 9 points of bludgeoning damage to it. And this basilisk finally lets go, and it is looking really rough. Okay. Next up in the order is Sephel.
All right.
Sephel, before you do anything,
Okay.
you notice something.
Oh, do I?
You do, because it's kinda hard to friggin' miss. The cauldron in this now half-scorched room with this kind of red liquid
I hate where
begins
this
to
is going.
bubble. And you see like this kind of pinkish vapor starting to bubble up from within it and kind of swirling within the room. And that is all you notice.
Okay. I'm going to take note of that.
Mm-hmm.
I will not dismiss that knowledge. However, I am going to run across the room quickly, sort of like reaching down and scooping up Arachnos in the process, like as he's like putting himself like back together, and like I imagine his legs that were like twisted are like snapping back into like straight position. Scoops him up off the ground, and I'm going to fling open the chest that has now been unlocked and disarmed is a terrible word for what happened, but I'm gonna say disarmed.
Okay. You fling it open and you see a small collection of things. You immediately notice that there is a decent amount of silver, gold, and gems within the base of this chest.
Okay.
You see that there is a vial containing a kind of, I believe it's a bluish type liquid. And you see what looks kind of like a satchel of a dark leather-like material. And you see a horseshoe. And that is all you see.
Which one of those was giving off enchantment magic? If I
I have to double check on one of them, but I can tell you right now, the bag is definitely giving off the enchantment as well as the vial as well.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So yes, I will use my action then to I will pick up the items within, unless the action is like I can grab one item.
I will say you can grab the three main items that you see inside. All the gold,
Yeah, the
and
gems
gems
and
and
coins
silver.
and
That will take a little bit of time.
Yeah. No, that's fair. He would probably stall that for a little bit of time anyway. That's a little bit more time consuming and not as important. So he will grab the standalone objects, and he will... How much movement did that take for me to get there? That would have been... Oh, I think it was 20 feet, actually, when I was measuring for Arachnos. So yeah, he is going to... No, he's going to stay right there. He's going to be right next to the chest.
Okay, and just double checking because I was quickly double checking something. Did you grab the three items?
Yes, I did.
Okay, great. Good to know. All right, so that is the end of Sephel's turn. We are back to Maven Delve. Oh, Maven. Things are looking a lot better for you now.
Don't
you
say that.
see
That's
Sephel
not a good
inside.
thing to say.
The glow of the cauldron starts to get brighter. And you all hear this voice outside going, "Sisters, I call upon you. Give me your strength, so I might strike down these wicked ones." And she reappears here.
Yep.
And she is going to... Yeah, I think she's gonna do this. She's gonna fire off a lightning bolt at Indigo.
Oh boy.
So
yeah.
a stroke of lightning forms within 100. That's 100 feet long, 5 feet wide, and blasts out from you in a direction you choose. So you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okie dokie.
all the times I've wanted to use lightning bolts. It's never fun being on the receiving end.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay,
Oh, shit.
you succeed, so you're going to take half of 8d6 lightning damage.
Yep.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's like it is the straight line variant of the AoE fireball.
Okay, let's get the total. 1 second.
Not to mention she's probably upcasting because we have no idea what level this hag is.
And that. Okay, you take 16 points of lightning damage.
Youch.
And all across the ground leading up towards you is just now charred grass and moss, and it kind of burns into cinders. She goes, "You will not have my home. You will not kill me. I will have your powers. I will gnaw upon your bones. You are mine." And that is their turn. And we're back with Stool.
Quick question, DM.
Yes.
Do I hear any of that, or did I know? Like,
Oh yeah, you can hear her yelling.
okay, that's fine.
Yep. Nope. You hear her. No worries.
On to the mechanoid.
Yep. The Stoolmeister is going to do another chill touch here. So let's see. Oh, and that's range, so I need to do that at disadvantage. I totally forgot about that. Well, that's a 16 and a 17, so he makes it. No problem. Friggin' Stool, you beast. It's 1d8 damage. That is... Just double checking here. Yeah, it's just the 1d8. It takes 4 points of damage, and this Basilisk is on its last legs. It is limping, its jaws. Okay. We are done with the stool, and they're like, okay, I've almost got it. Indigo, you are up.
Alright. A scorched, purple-stranded warg looks down at Maven Dell. You will claim no more from this brotherhood. And I'm just gonna move right at her, and go ahead and make an attack.
Okay.
Alright, that is a 14 plus 5. It's a 19 to hit.
That is a definite hit.
So that's 4 plus... So that's 7 points of piercing damage, and I need her to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, you know what? This ain't a bad save for me. That is a 17.
And that does save. She's able to keep her footing and not be knocked prone.
That's such a scary ass image. Like, does that intimidate Lara? This medium-sized green hag with this huge warg bearing down, biting her, and she just like grabs the jaw and just throws him off of her.
She's intimidated and also incredibly grateful that he is attacking her and not Lara.
Well, it's Lara's turn now. What's she doing?
Lara is going to sprint forward with her sword in both hands, and run right up to the hag and come down with that blade.
Okay. Let's see it.
That is an 18 to hit.
That is a hit.
And this is... sorry, I don't usually use this die.
What does it say?
That is a 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay. All right. She takes that and she she was looking at the marks of the teeth that had bitten into her, and this kind of black blood starts oozing out, and then you come over and you slash across her, and she just, I'll have you, child. All right, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, we are back at the top of the order. My poor basilisk.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yes.
She takes 1d6 necrotic. It's
Oh.
1 point of necrotic damage thanks to the hex.
Okay, all right.
So,
It.
1 point.
She's just like, what was that? It hurts.
I
It
found a little
burns.
prick there.
It's like when you move too quick and you get that lightning bolt that runs down your neck like through your shoulder.
Exactly. Yep.
Fuck.
Son of a bitch. All right, Basilisk here. They are. I'm gonna get creative here. They are going to attempt to knock prone by shoving Stool. So it's gonna be a strength contest here. Does someone want to roll for the mighty Stool?
Yes.
Andrew?
Yes, I do.
Roll me a d20 for their strength here.
Oh, man. I let Stool down, guys.
What'd you
Time to
get?
die.
I got it, too.
Oh, fuck. Well, they had a good +3 modifier. However, I rolled a natural 16 +3. So this basilisk hops atop Stool, pushing them down, and then focuses their eyes right upon the sockets of Stool. And when it becomes Stool's turn, they're gonna have to make a save. No ifs, ands, or buts.
I'm just gonna put this in the show notes. Indigo kills Stool.
That is a very important piece
Oh
of
my
information.
gosh.
We need to make sure that the listening audience knows how it happened.
Exactly.
Indigo was 100% responsible for the death. For kind of murder. Like, if we want to be honest.
yeah.
The murder of
manslaughter,
Stool.
manslaughter, mushroom slaughter.
No, yeah, mushroom slaughter, definitely.
Yeah.
No.
Anyways, it is Laboda's turn, who is going to grip that mace like it is a golf club and is going to swing at that basilisk, trying to get it off of Stool.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
That Laboda likes a nice basilisk steak.
Cocked die. That is a 9 +7, so that is just a hit. Dun, dun, dun. And she effectively crushes it in the side of its face, and it like scooches across the floor, and it is dead.
Yes.
Hey.
Didn't kill Stool. What up?
Stool's just like,
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Miss Laboda. I thought I was gonna die. And weirdly, I felt like it was someone else's fault if it happened.
And on his last breath, the wind whispered, Indigo.
and the wind cried, Indigo.
Hey, you, loyal listener, you've made it this far to the post show notes, and that means the absolute world to us. Thank you so much for being here. If you have one more second, we would adore you if you could leave a rating and a review in whatever podcatcher you're currently listening in. The ratings and reviews are astronomical when it comes to growing the show because it's what gets us noticed for new listeners. So if you have just a moment to do that, please do. And we also have a Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram if you want to give us a follow. It's at The Madness Table. And if you've noticed, we are now posting weekly episodes because of supporters like you. So if we haven't said it enough, thank you. And we will see you in just 7 short days for our next episode when...